Bangladesh's political landscape is marred by a turbulent history. Born from the ashes of a bloody war of independence against Pakistan in 1971, the nation has struggled with authoritarian rule and military coups. This past has fostered mistrust and animosity between rival political factions, primarily between the Awami League and the Bangladesh Nationalist Party, or BNP. The Awami League advocates for secularism and Bengali nationalism, while the BNP leans towards Islamic identity and closer ties with Pakistan. The assassination of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman in 1975 plunged Bangladesh into political instability and military dictatorships. This period saw a series of coups and counter-coups, entrenching the military's influence in politics. The rise of the BNP, led by Ziaur Rahman, deepened these divisions. The two parties have alternated in power since 1991, but their rivalry often results in violence and political deadlock. This historical context is crucial for understanding the current political turmoil in Bangladesh.
Bangladesh's political climate is marked by heightened tensions and a deepening democracy crisis. Key events in recent years have exacerbated political fault lines. The erosion of democratic institutions, with the ruling Awami League accused of authoritarianism, is significant. This includes the government's crackdown on dissent, media suppression, and shrinking civil society space.
Controversial elections in 2014 and 2018, marred by irregularities and voter suppression, have deepened the political divide. These flawed elections eroded public trust and created frustration among the population. The BNP's refusal to recognize the government has deepened the political impasse.
The rise of religious extremism and militancy has posed a significant security threat. The government's heavy-handed approach to militancy, criticized for human rights violations, has further polarized society. This complex interplay of factors has created a volatile environment ripe for instability and unrest.
The ongoing political turmoil in Bangladesh has had a debilitating impact on governance and the delivery of essential public services. The government's focus on consolidating power and suppressing dissent has come at the expense of addressing critical issues such as poverty, healthcare, education, and infrastructure development.
The erosion of democratic accountability mechanisms has created a culture of impunity, leading to widespread corruption, inefficiency, and a lack of transparency in government institutions. The consequences of this governance failure are felt most acutely by ordinary citizens. Access to quality education and healthcare remains a distant dream for many, particularly in rural areas. Infrastructure development has not kept pace with the country's rapid urbanization, leading to chronic traffic congestion, inadequate housing, and a strain on public utilities.
The lack of accountability and transparency has also fueled corruption, further eroding public trust in the government and its ability to deliver on its promises. The COVID-19 pandemic further exposed the fragility of Bangladesh's healthcare system and the government's inadequate response to the crisis. The pandemic highlighted the need for a more robust and equitable healthcare system, but also underscored the government's priorities, which seemed to lie more in controlling the narrative and less in addressing the very real suffering of its people.
Electoral manipulation has been a recurring issue in Bangladesh. The ruling party often faces allegations of vote rigging and suppressing opposition voices.
These practices undermine the democratic process and erode public trust in the political system. Opposition parties struggle to gain a foothold, leading to a cycle of political instability.
Political instability has a direct impact on investment. Investors are wary of putting their money into a country where the political climate is uncertain.
This lack of investment exacerbates poverty, making it difficult for the country to achieve sustainable economic growth. The cycle of poverty and instability continues, affecting millions of lives.
Bangladesh's position in regional and global politics is crucial. The country must navigate relationships with powerful neighbors like India and China.
Human rights issues also play a significant role in shaping international perceptions. The global community watches closely, influencing diplomatic ties and foreign aid.
Civil society in Bangladesh pushes for reforms, advocating for a more transparent and accountable government. Their efforts are vital in shaping the country's future on the global stage.
Balancing these dynamics requires careful diplomacy and strategic planning, ensuring that Bangladesh can thrive both regionally and globally.